And welcome, everybody, to the mj&ty podcast show. Well, something finally came of the Trevor Bauer situation. And aside from just the MLB and MLB PA dragging on his pending suspension or his administrative leave, I guess. Bauer has been suspended for 2 seasons for what he allegedly did to that one woman last year, even though it's proven that that didn't happen and the encounters were consensual. And you know, I don't think this was I mean, I don't think this was the best decision by the MLB. I mean, and I mean, I think the MLB should have just let him play. Like, it was determined, and I mean, I know that the MLB is not associated with the law, but it was determined that this was consensual. I mean, did this violate the MLB's policy? Maybe. So, wrong decision by the MLB, in my opinion. But from what I know. Ty, you got anything?
He's defended for 2 games, right?
Suspended for 2 seasons.
2 seasons?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I thought you said 2 games.
No.
How do you get, like, I get that around this time, did we make a video about this Trevor Bauer situation?
We made one about this over the summer.
So over the summer, we did.
Yeah, we did.
And has your opinion changed since then?
No. Has yours?
No, my decision hasn't changed. Now he's going to be out the league for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
2 seasons. Like, he's probably going to be out of shape after those 2 seasons.
Probably.
And Marc.
Yes.
You and me know this because I'm about to say your favorite catchphrase.
It's yours. You're the one that says it all the time.
I do not say it every single time.
I didn't say every single time. Now, did I? Ding dong.
Okay, so I think they shouldn't let him play. Like, letting somebody out of the league for 2 years, like, if you're going to let somebody out of the league for 2 years, it should be something very bad.
Yeah, not something consensual.
Like it should be for something bad to, like, kick somebody out 2 years.
Yeah.
Like, this goes back to, do you remember I was about to say the Kaepernick situation, but this doesn't.
Yeah, it's a little bit different than the Colin Kaepernick situation.
Yeah.
2017.
But teams are going to look at Trevor different after these 2 years. Like, I don't get why he's going to be out of the league 2 years. Like, it should be, unless something very bad happened.
Yep.
That player should be gone 2 years. But like, Mark, Mark, do you agree with me on that?
Yeah. Yeah, it should be something very bad, like manslaughter or something.
Yeah, and not.
Yeah. And not a
But
consensual sexual encounter with.
but 2 years?
Yeah. You know
All
who?
right, what?
There's one player that I'm hearing a lot of people call to be suspended. Well, maybe not a lot, but I'm hearing voices from a certain fan base in the MLB
Is it
saying
our
that this guy should be suspended. Now, now, many of you watching this video have probably already seen the video of Myles Straw climbing the fence in Yankee Stadium to scream it in the face of a fan. This was all after Guardians outfielder Stephen Kwan crashed into the wall and got hurt. And while the Yankee fans they kept chirping at Kwan, they kept taunting at Straw. So when Straw decides to do something about it, he's the one that's villainized by these people. I mean, if you're in a spot where, I'm hearing a lot of people, or some people say that this is a completely unprofessional of Straw because it sets a bad example. What example would letting this go on set? I mean, because if you do something like this, or if you take Straw's actions, yeah, on the surface, it doesn't look the best. But when you look at what was happening, where these people were taunting Straw's teammate or his friend when he was hurt, and then they taunted Straw when Straw was in a situation where he couldn't get away from it, and he didn't necessarily have to sit there and shut up.
You said, go ahead with your take.
So, in my mind, this sets the better example than letting it play on. Because if you let this play on, then that's going to set the example of it's okay for other people to bully you or bully your friends. Obviously, that's not okay. Now, you should be willing to take some flack in your life, but you shouldn't take it so much to the point where it becomes bullying, or where it becomes or you should only take so much of it. And once you reach that point, you don't sit there and let it go on. You do something about it. That's the message that this that is the message that this situation sends. When you're in a position where you've got to do something to mitigate an issue, or to at least try to mitigate an issue, then you try to mitigate the issue. If I keep going on, I'm just going to keep rambling and rambling. Ty, got anything to add?
Hey, I got a front row seat just to hear you rant all the time. So
don't worry, I got a front seat. So whenever Ty has something to ramble about.
Okay. Mark, you're exactly right. You know,
Yeah.
if somebody gets injured or if somebody gets hurt, that's not. I think fans taunting, like you and me, we play sports.
Yeah.
I just say your favorite catchphrase there. Um,
That's your catchphrase.
but no, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Let me get back to my point.
Okay.
But
Mr.
fans,
Tangent. Mr. I spark tangents.
fans taunting, that's a part of the game. Mark, you and me should know both. Fans taunting, that's the part of the game, but if somebody gets injured, if you're taunting at, like you said, his friend or whatever, you know, that's not right. That's not right. The whole, I think, like, fans are going to taunt, but like, you should not do something like that if somebody gets injured.
Yeah.
Or you should not. That's like taunting is like bullying to me. 100%.
Yeah, it can be. It absolutely can be.
But like, here's my thing: is that I think taunting is a part of the game. Now, do I think fans that taunt a lot? Mark, Mark, I need you to answer this. Do you think in our leagues, if somebody was taunting at us, would you kick them out or will you just annoy them?
If it's just like normal taunting, like nothing else going on, and they're not like, and like no one got hurt, and they're not making like derogatory like deliberate derogatory statements, then I can put up with it for a bit. It'll suck, but I can put up with it. Now, if it's a different situation, like if someone got hurt, then yeah, I'm gonna try to mitigate the issue as best that I can. What?
I seen what you wrote on
Yeah.
top of my.
Yeah, Mr. Tangent Maker.
But the reason now for me, like I'm fine with taunting, but like if somebody was injured or anything like that,
Yeah.
that's a totally different story. Like if somebody gets injured and you're taunting, you should be kicked out.
Yeah. Oh, to make things worse, the Yankee fans started throwing beer cans after the game, and they hit one of the Guardians outfielders, Oscar Mercado, with a full can of beer. Not only did that idiot risk injuring someone, but he just threw away what, $10,
10, 20.
10 bucks for a beer just like that.
Wait, was it like a full bear or?
Yeah, it was a full can of beer. His fans were throwing full cans of beers. Full cans
That's
of
just
beer.
a waste of money.
Yeah. Oh, and plus there's the risk of injuring somebody.
Yes. I just think some fans, if you're going to a base, can I just say this? If you're going to a baseball game or a basketball game,
Or
you should
game.
not root for the person getting injured, or you should not throw anything at that person.
Right. Fans should not be throwing anything on the field, and they should not be taunting anyone getting hurt.
Like, I'm fine with a fan having a sign and taunting like that, but like if you're going to taunt when somebody gets injured or if somebody gets hurt, that's a totally different story. You should be kicked out because you're paying money to go to a baseball game or a basketball game or a football game, wherever you're going. Those players are there to entertain.
Yep. All right, Ty. I think we're digressing.
Really, knucklehead? Really? I thought
Yeah.
you had one more thing to say.
No, I didn't.
You don't have no announcement at all.
Ty, there you go again with your potato head announcement. Baloney.
Listen, I do not have potato head announcements. Okay? Even though I said that, I do not have the real potato head announcements only come from you or me. And they don't come from me half the time. They come from you all the time.
Yeah, they come from me, but you remind us that, or you think we have an announcement every single week, Mr. Potato Head.
I am not Mr. Potato Head, okay, Mr. Potato Head?
That's not what your name says, Mr. Potato Head.
Why? What? One of these days, I'm going to change your name. One of these days, I'm going to get you back.
Okay, Airhead.
Don't get big, Airhead. Airhead.
Who are you calling Airhead?
You, Airhead.
Really? I don't think my name says Airhead on here. I think yours does.
I am not an airhead, Mark, okay? I am not an airhead.
Whatever you say, knucklehead. Oh, wait. We have a show to wrap up, but thank you all so much for watching. Keep your heads in the game if you still have one after listening to Ty.
Hey!